What a win, Chiefs Kingdom. The Kansas City Chiefs rally in Week 12 in overtime to take down the Indianapolis Colts 23-20. Let's talk reasons why and instant takeaways from the game. My name is Jackson Durham. You are watching a special at-home edition of the Chiefs Report by Chad Sports. And we always appreciate you guys spending your time with us instead of out there partying. I hope that's where you're going as soon as you finish this game, because what a win for Kansas City. Definitely one that warrants celebrating. I know the road isn't over. I know we're not quite done just yet, but you got to celebrate big ones like this along the way, and this is as big as it can get. We're going to talk about it later on down the line, but I think you can make a serious argument, and I don't even know if you could make an argument against it. The Chiefs saved their season tonight with this win, or today with this win. Coming back from down 20-9 to beat Indianapolis absolutely saved Kansas City's season. Saved your shot at the postseason, keeps you on track to do the things we expect Kansas City to do. But let's get into it. A couple reasons why I think the Chiefs were able to pull this one out. Starting with number one, the defense, man. The defense was fantastic. I said it in my post-game short, my instant reaction that I got out a few hours ago. By the way, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you get out of here, because we get shorts out way faster than we get VODs out. So if you want my first instant analysis, subscribe, turn on notifications, and you'll get that short as soon as the game is over. I think I had it out within 5 minutes of the end of the game today. But what I said in that one was our defense played their best game of the season today. This was as good as it could have possibly been against this Indianapolis Colts team. And if you don't believe me, I need you to go back and watch the Colts throughout the rest of this year. This Colts offense under Shane Steichen with Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor had been shredding people, ripping them up. I was worried. I'm not going to lie. I came into the preview and I said something that looks a little foolish now. I said, you're not going to stop Jonathan Taylor. It's not going to happen. I believe those were my exact words. You know what we did? We stopped Jonathan Taylor. We absolutely did. Well, as close as you can get to stopping Jonathan Taylor, which kind of goes to what I was saying. He is going to have an impact. 54 yards on the ground, 64 total yards. But that is just the second time since the start of October he has been held under 100 total yards in a game. Tyler Warren didn't go above 50. Daniel Jones slowed down as this one went on. Really did a great job against him in the second half. I think there was a stretch where he was 1 for 7 on 8 attempts after a really nice solid start for him in the first half. Defense clamped down. And all of that is to say nothing of the 4 straight 3-and-outs that they used to close this thing out, including one in overtime. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Remember, back to the beginning of this season, this Colts team set an NFL record for most consecutive drives with a score, field goal or touchdown. NFL record, most efficient offense in the NFL, not only this season, but in NFL history. We shut them out 4 straight drives, 3-and-outs. Little pat on the back for our defense right there. What a game. And you didn't get the pressure. That still continues to be an issue, but it didn't matter because you stayed in your run lanes and you forced Daniel Jones to do the thing that he is truly not capable of doing because he just isn't that kind of quarterback, which is winning a game with his arm. You take away the run game from Daniel Jones, he is not going to go out and beat you with his arm. Sorry, Colts fans, that's the reality of Daniel Jones. Giants fans know it all too well. And I think you're starting to realize it as well. Take away the run game from Daniel Jones, he is not a special quarterback, and we did that today. Huge, huge game from our defense. Really cannot say enough good things about them. Individual guys who deserve props. The whole unit was fantastic, but individual guys. Leo Chenal, flying around today, making plays. In the backfield, making plays on special teams. Chris Jones, baby. Chris Jones, big number 95, the CEO, re-earned that title today. He already earned it just because of the Hall of Fame career. But this season, I've given him a lot of trouble. I've come after him. I know a lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans have. It's been frustrating at times with Chris Jones not being the same impact guy we're used to as he continues to age. He showed up today. He shut me up today. Great game from number 95. He was making an impact every single snap. Huge, huge game. Huge, huge performance from him. And we'll get into it more later, but in a gotta have it situation. Second reason we won this game. We trusted the ground game. Talked about it last week. We went away from the ground game far too early. And it's a huge part of the reason why you lost in a almost must-win game. If we wanted to win the AFC West, that went out the window last week against the Denver Broncos. And a big part of the reason why we lost to the Denver Broncos, sorry to drag it back up on a celebration day, is that we went away from the ground game. Kareem Hunt just didn't get his carries. We didn't feed Kareem. Less than 15 carries for him. And then, we came through this week, and I told you guys, we're 6-0 in games in which Kareem Hunt gets 15 or more carries going all the way back to January of last season. You know what happened tonight? Kareem Hunt gets 30. 30 carries for Kareem Hunt. Feed Kareem was in full effect today, and it worked. Over 100 yards on the ground for Kareem Hunt. He was great. He wasn't unbelievable. He wasn't elite. But he was everything we needed to juice our offense when it wasn't working in the air. And there were times where it wasn't working in the air tonight. I know Patrick Mahomes finishes with 350 yards passing. I know it's his second time going above that mark this season. Looks statistically like one of his best games of the year. I'm going to tell you, that was one of his worst. That was one of the worst games 15 has played all season. It wasn't a good effort. We needed more from 15 today. But we got enough from everybody else, and Mahomes did enough in the fourth quarter. He was his clutch self in that fourth quarter, and that's why you come through. But you don't get to that point. You're not still in this game if you go away from the run, and we didn't do that. So I have to give props to Matt Nagy, to Andy Reid for figuring that out this week. Last week, they quit on it. They gave up on the ground game. I know not having Isaiah Pacheco back there clearly scares them, but this week they were able to get over it. They were able to trust Kareem Hunt. Patrick Mahomes got involved as well. I think he added in 30 yards on the ground. But this is the first time we've been over 150 yards on the ground as an offense since Isaiah has gone down. That is huge, and it was massive for our team. Ended up contributing 500 total yards of offense tonight. We dominated the Colts statistically. We just didn't finish in the red zone enough times. And that's the one area where I would say, as much as I've given us props for feeding Kareem, that's where I want to see him get fed more. I want to see him get fed more in the red zone, because 1 for 6 in the red zone is not good enough. End of story, full stop, period. Going 1 for 6 on turning your red zone opportunities into 6 points is just not good enough. Huge props to Harrison Butker, another guy I've come at this time, or sometimes this year, for being inconsistent, and I would say deservedly so, for going 4 for 4 tonight on his field goal opportunities. But there is no effing reason that Harrison Butker should have kicked 4 field goals. You got to put more of these drives in the end zone. Should not have gone to overtime today with Indianapolis. That team didn't play well in the second half, and we did outside of the red zone. That's the one thing I'm going to get after this team on. I'm really going to get after it tomorrow by just sneaking out of me right now on the reasons why we won. The red zone operation has got to be better, and it's coming out because that's where you get Kareem involved. All the props I'm giving to Kareem, I want to be able to give him more props because he's finishing more drives in the end zone. The one drive we did finish in the end zone today, you know who did it? Kareem Hunt. Not a huge shock there. Not a huge shock at all. And you guys know what else isn't a huge shock? I'm having Omaha Steaks for dinner tonight. You guys know I love Omaha Steaks. I don't even have to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. These are the best steaks I have ever had. And with the holiday season coming up, my fiance and I, we just had our Thanksgiving dinner last night. And you know what the center of the dinner was? Omaha Steaks. We swapped out the turkey, got in the Omaha Steaks because they make every holiday better. Whether it's holiday gifting or holiday entertaining, The importance of finding the perfect gift, convenient and heartwarming foods you enjoy is enormous, and Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. Right now is the perfect time to save on delicious gifts and holiday hosting favorites. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. And guys, I have got an exclusive deal just for our Chiefs Report viewers. You are not going to get better steak for a better price because you're going to save $35 off with promo code Chiefs at checkout. That's promo code Chiefs at checkout at omahasteaks.com to save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit Omaha Steaks for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale. And for an extra $35 off on top of that 50%, you're going to use promo code Chiefs at checkout. Terms to apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code Chiefs. Always a huge shout out to Omaha Steaks. We massively appreciate them supporting the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. And I hope you guys go check them out. And if you do, please use promo code Chiefs. Lastly, last reason why I think we won this game. First two, going back over them real quick, we were able to rely on our defense in this one. Defense shut down Jonathan Taylor. And number two, we trusted the ground game. Leaned on the defense, leaned on the ground game, and we knew what was at stake. That's the final reason, in my opinion. This Kansas City team shows up when it matters most. They show up when they are backed into a corner. We have seen that over the years with Patrick Mahomes. And tonight, you were as backed into a corner as you possibly could be. You don't win, you were sinking down to a 38% chance to make the postseason. Patrick Mahomes has never not played in the AFC Championship in his career. You think he's going to allow this team to not make the playoffs? Think he's going to lose a must-win game at home in front of the best fans in America? I don't think so. I don't think 15 was ever going to let it happen. And now we have a 67% chance to make the playoffs and a 78% chance if you go into Dallas and you win on Thanksgiving. Huge. Think about it. Think about where we were just a couple days ago. The quitter talk we were hearing across the Chiefs' kingdom. People ready to give up on 2025. People ready to go do mock drafts at halftime today. Stay in this fight. We are still in this fight because we finally found a way to win a one-score game. You knew what was at stake, and you found a way to get it done. 1-5 in one-score games. From 0-5 to 1-5. Gonna have to win a few more of them, though. Schedule's not getting any easier. And we're gonna be coming at you guys with the preview before we get into things this week on Thanksgiving. Going to be a very, very, very fun one against the Cowboys in Dallas. Going to be a fun one. We will see you for the preview on Wednesday,